The American empire, like every empire before it, is now shrinking. You know, empires rise, they have a flourish, they grow, it's very impressive. And at their peak, they can't imagine that it won't last forever. It never has. Every empire, the Greek, the Roman, the Persian, the Turkish, you'll fill in the blank. They all went up, then they went down. The ride up, much more fun than the ride down. We are now in the ride down, and we better be very careful because denial, which is the way most of America is so far dealing with it, is not a solution. It doesn't go away because you pretend it isn't happening. The dollar's decline is a literal barometer week in and week out of what we're seeing. The failure in Ukraine is another one. I mean, you've got to see we didn't win in Vietnam. We didn't win in Afghanistan. We didn't win in Iraq.
So there's this next video that I want us to watch about the decline of America influence all over the world. Before I give you my take on the whole thing, let's watch the video first. And while you do that, please do not forget to leave us your thoughts and opinion in the comment section below. Because like always, we value your thoughts. So let's watch.
You can dance around it 20 different ways, but it is the truth. This is not an argument about who's the good guys and the bad guys. I'm just explaining we are not facing a decline that is underway and that is showing us its face if only we're willing to see it. And we could have a, quote, decent soft landing. Empires do not have to go out in a horrible explosion. They can decline. Britain, not that they're a model, but after trying twice to stop the United States in the War of Independence and again the War of 1812, the British figured out we can't do this militarily, and they came to terms with their decline and being replaced by the American empire. I don't know what's coming next. I don't know whether the Chinese will be the next empire or whether it'll be handled in a multinational way, and there's some evidence in both directions. But the United States is not able to do what it did. And one of the greatest mistakes empires in the past have made is overreaching when they can't do that anymore. And my fear is we're at a very delicate point in that process, hampered by a denial of what's going on that periodically frightens me.
So if our politicians could get out of the state of denial and face reality, what would that look like? What would this soft landing that you just described look like?
They would have to sit down at this point, either with China or with China and what we call the BRICS, this group of nations that are really working well together, China, India, Brazil, South Africa, Russia. I left out Russia, right. And there's a dozen other countries that have applied. So they're going to become much, much bigger in the next 12 to 24 months.
If you take, for example, right, 10, 20 years ago, there weren't this level of like anti-American sentiment all over the world. When I was growing up, if there was one country I thought was a champion of democracy, of rule of law, and a country that I will hope my own country become like, was America. They were the police of the world. And everyone towed the line. Everyone listened to them. When they come to your area, you better straighten up. They policed the world. They did many things. But recently, you've realized that the view or perception of America has declined completely. Many people all over the world do not have a favorable view of America. They don't, because they have witnessed what America has done to other countries around the world, be it in Iraq or in Afghanistan or in Syria or even in Libya. And the number of American bases all over the world tells you how power-mongering they are. And like with everything, right, the bigger you get, the more difficult it is for you to control things. And if you are unable to effectively control things, it crumbles. That's just how it is. When companies start from small, they are very effective because they are small. They can talk to their customers. They can know what the customers want and need, and they can provide it to them. When the company gets bigger, then they don't care about the customers because they are very large. And by so doing, they start losing market value. And what happens? They crumble and then they fall. Same thing with America. America has become too big. They have placed military bases all over the world. They can do what they want to do. They can invade when they feel like it. And the general perception of America has now declined. Many people are like, maybe it's high time we start looking for our own way. Maybe it's high time we take our own destiny into our hands. And even in Africa, that America used to have a lot of influence over the African leaders. The leaders are now saying that maybe America should calm down first. That America should maybe calm down, okay, and let them handle things their way. No one is willing to listen to America anymore. No one. It's so funny to look at how things have unfolded. It's so funny. You could never imagine this 30 years ago, that America would arrive at a point when people would be like, that's your democracy. We don't believe in it. That's your rule of law. You yourself don't practice it. That's your freedom of expression and association. You yourself don't believe in it. You are such a hypocrite. They would have never thought about that. But that is what is going on right now. And the clock is ticking for America. Sooner rather than later, it too will come to pass. Like everything in this world, it too will come to pass. No empire lasts forever. None has ever survived forever. They've all come and they've all went. All of them. So America will not be the exception. And from the look of things, they might not survive 30, 40 years from now. But you guys out there, what is your view on America's influence all over the world? Do you think that people still regard America as that country that will stand up for the common person, as that country that will stand up for the minority, as that country that will come in when people are badly in need of them? Do you think that people still believe that America is a country with rule of law, with democracy, with freedom of speech? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And also, please don't forget to like this video, share this video, follow our Facebook page, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, because little bit of goodwill, like the one you're doing just now, help us a lot. I shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you very much for doing just that. And like always, see you in the next one.